So is this what happens when they cloud seed, put chemicals in the sky, do all these things that they're doing? Are we to expect more and more extreme weather? This wasn't even a hurricane and people were flooded out. States of emergencies are happening right now. Emergency declarations are happening right now. When this happens to you, make sure you have your weather alert on. Some people did not even know that they had flooding outside of their home while they were sitting in their home. Have these things, especially if you are vacationing, have a weather alert, which most people have on their phones. So I don't know how that took place where it didn't go off, but things happen. Finances and funding get cut, and sometimes you don't get alerts. So keep that in mind as well, and check out these videos.
Swollen Creek overtook an RV park Thursday in Perkinston, Mississippi. The water rose so fast, it left people trapped in their mobile homes and trailers. Rescue teams were the only way some people could escape. In water so deep, some cars were almost entirely submerged.
This is our street. Our house is down there at the dead end.
In a nearby neighborhood, we found Nicole Jackson and her fiancé Hayden, who escaped from their home as the water was rising. Their community is now underwater.
This is very shocking. I grew up in Tennessee. I've never seen anything like this.
So you can see it's sunny today, but last night it stormed so bad. We are in storm season, and if you're not preparing for anything else, you need to be preparing for storm season. Now, does this mean that you might have to leave your home if situations took place where there's flooding? Yeah, you may have to leave it all behind, but at least you will have your life. Preparing for this storm. It's about to storm. That storm Arthur is nearby, they say. It was supposed to start raining at 5, and it's now like 8:58 p.m. Thought I'd come out and just look at this. Ooh, I feel a raindrop. I think I need to go put the tarp down for the chickens. Let me go do. They already put themselves up, some of them anyway. I keep my generators charged just in case power goes out. Oh, I'm glad I came back out here. I forgot to close my shed. So how my husband put it on here. I can't even put it all the way down to cover the whole thing like I normally do when it's storming. I might have to change it up next week. It's always bad over here when it storms, because right behind those trees is a huge lake. Right behind those houses is a huge lake. 1, 2, 3.
What were you able to grab in time?
I have a bag that I keep packed for like hurricanes and stuff. My birth certificate, and my fiance's. That's it. And my 2 dogs. Otherwise, everything else is still in there. I didn't even. These aren't even my clothes. So like, yeah.
Going to work and never coming back to the same home again. How do you plan for that? You might if the storm is a hurricane. You might if the name is Katrina. In southeastern Louisiana, Katrina is a storm every other storm gets measured against. But Arthur was not Katrina. Arthur wasn't even a hurricane. And that's the trap, because this storm didn't need a famous name or category number to take someone's home. it only needed water.
Our garage had 6 inches of water in it, which it's never had. Even during Katrina, we didn't have that much water.
But it's just how it is down there in southern Mississippi. You never know. But most of the time, it's a depression or a tropical storm, because the hurricane moves kind of fast. But the depression kind of settles over the whole area like it is right now. From all this whole Purple County down towards Slidell, New Orleans, up towards Carrier, it's bad.
Most people aren't going to remember Arthur for its wind, unless they were unlucky enough to wake up to one of its tornadoes.
Power flashes. It's coming right at us.
Just heard debris flying. It became real intense for about 20 or 30 seconds.
First alert woke me up, and then I walked around, saw it was raining hard, and then the second alert came on. And about 4 minutes after that is when it rolled through. And it was absolutely a tornado. You could hear it. And look out, my box was smoking and flaming on the side, but the wind was such that it was definitely a tornado.
One of Arthur's tornadoes crossed through parts of New Orleans, rain-wrapped and dangerous, before moving towards the Twin Span, the I-10 bridge between New Orleans and Slidell. And that's about as bad of a warning you can get. A tornado threat, blinding rain, water on the road, and miles of bridge.
Does flash flooding happen? Well, you see these folks going through the window back into their house. That's how they escaped today. And just before they escaped, they really had no idea that anything was even flooding. In fact, a neighbor called telling them that their car, right there, might get stuck underwater. It was only then that they got up from sitting down in the living room, put their feet on the floor, and realized it was already wet. A few minutes later, knee high. Then they told me within 15 minutes, chest high. They had to escape through the window. They were able to grab some diapers, a few clothes, some documents.
Catastrophic flooding triggering dramatic water rescues in Mississippi, where the remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur are still raging. One state over in Louisiana, the National Weather Service says more than 180 homes are flooded across the state. In Picayune, Mississippi, the water is still rising. People in this neighborhood told by the sheriff's department to evacuate. You're leaving.
Yeah, we've already left. We've taken the kids, the dog, and brought them to family.
I don't want to leave my house. I mean, if something happens to my house, I want to be there, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get out.
Priscilla, not far from where you are, I know you're watching the risk of a dam failing.
Yeah, Tom, it's about 15 minutes north of here, but I just want to give you a sense already of how bad it is in this neighborhood. You can see how much water is here. In fact, these people have come out in a canoe in their front yard, water up to their doorstep. They tell me that they are planning to evacuate tonight, and that every time people drive by as they're trying to get out, it is sending waves up to their home, and they're almost certain that water is going to get into their home. But that dam, the Anchor Lake Dam, is in danger of flooding, according to officials. They are urging people to get to higher ground, saying that this could get worse. And we are now learning tonight that at least one person has died in Mississippi, a county worker who was cleaning up after the flood.
Ann Street, this is in the last 15 minutes that this just all flowed down here. I think there's a backup of Government Street, and it just came down and.
This is the backyard. This is the side of our vehicles. The basketball court. Here's the front yard. Somebody's refrigerator floating down the road.